Yeah.
Future. Oh my god.
I'd say that's Future's probably second best or in the top three.
Yeah, probably.
Like, it goes for me. It's like What a Time to Be Alive, Monster, and the best one is obviously Dirty Sprite 2.
Yeah, no, DS2's up, like,
We're
all the way
recording,
up
by
there.
the way.
Oh, we're recording? Alright, bet.
I just, welcome to HASSDISCUSSES. We're here with
Happy to be here.
Unlucky, or as you might have
Of
formerly
course.
known him as Whammy, or as I know him, Aiden. But
Hmm.
I'm gonna refer to him as Unlucky.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking about pronouns right now. There's so many fucking names you go by,
Yeah, no,
dude.
I prefer, she or her, but
Yeah,
I'll take
yeah,
whatever.
of
Yeah.
course. Um, yeah. So we were just talking about like Future and shit. Like, what's your top three Future projects though? I gotta hear that.
Oh, I mean, the recent one was probably like one of my favorites. Well, obviously not my favorite project by him, but I really like his collaboration albums for the most part.
Yes,
Like, I mean,
he's like
World on
Gucci with that.
Drugs. Yeah, I mean, well, World on Drugs was like I was kind of in the middle with that because
Yeah.
Future did not. I don't think he shined as much in Juice World. I don't know if he meshed as well with Juice World either. I feel like him and Uzi really meshed. I mean, the
Yes.
production overall was really good on that whole project,
Out of
but
all the
like,
mumble rappers, do like not mumble rap. I hate that word. Out of all of the new generation, I'd have to say Future and Uzi do that style the best, and Travis, of course. But like, I just love they've perfected that fucking weird ass. It's really dysfunctional how everything sounds and disorienting,
mhm,
spacey, and it's just like
yeah,
it's pretty fucking beautiful. And
hmm,
obviously, if you're an artist looking for a Lil Uzi or Future type beat, he makes them. He makes a lot of
hmm,
fucking beats. He sells them on BeatStars, all that.
yeah.
Or you could just hit him up and ask for it, or ask for a custom. I linked you up with StonerX. How's that interaction
Hmm.
been going? Has it been going
Yeah,
smooth?
no, that's been good. We're working on a new album. It's gonna be in progress for quite some time because we're probably gonna cook up together because he wants to have more creative direction with it.
Yeah.
But today I made the cover and everything. We got the name. It's called True Religion. So
Oh
that should be
shit.
coming soon. So stay tuned for that. And also, I was hitting up a couple other people, which hasn't really moved much, but I'm just trying to figure out what they like and shit.
Who's that?
Because, hold up. There's Tex
Hey Tex.
and uh, Lil Cena, I think it is.
Sana.
And
Yeah,
that's,
dude. He gets
yeah,
angry, but
Cena.
nah, he's just this 12-year-old young bull, bro. He's just
Yeah,
I,
no,
he's in my live a lot.
word.
Um, Nah, he's a little passionate. He's really passionate. He's really young, but he's really putting in that effort. I haven't
Yeah, I
seen a
mean,
young kid with that much fucking. He's got like two albums out, and they're not, they're all right, but he's really good
yeah.
with features like the SRG Jace feature, um,
Hmm.
a slatted out feature and stuff like that. A lot of
Well,
fucking local guys, man. I'm trying to bring
yeah,
everybody
definitely.
together.
Well, that's what I like to see is when they like have dedication and like actual like love for music because like that's what I want. Like I want people that'll just overall try to be super creative and work on shit rather than just like poop out some generic shit and then like
Yes,
go on with their day. Like I like people who work on their craft consistently rather than just having it as kind of like I mean obviously it's cool to have it on the side, but like if you can make it your main focus and like hone in on your work, then that's where it's really at.
that's where I'm at the difficulty. Is because
Mm-hmm.
Stoner X, I interviewed him. I linked up with him. I linked up with him, hung out with him through Mir G's a couple times. Got another guy interviewed, and Mir G's has got me a lot of interviews. Shout out to Mir G's. But so Stoner X, I was telling him, I was like, dude, I make some beats. Why don't you hear some of my beats? And he was trying to get me to make some beats for him. And I'm at
Mm-hmm.
that fucking beginner. I'm probably where you at a year ago. Probably. I'm probably where
Yeah.
you're at a year ago, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to learn production. So like Stoner X was trying to get me to make beats for him, and I was like, I'm still fucking practicing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling, so I'm just like, dude, why don't you check out this Unlucky guy? And obviously, I've been hearing your music for a while, I actually
Mhm.
recorded a song over one of your beats. I
Yeah.
heard that shit leaked, and I heard someone played it at a party, dude. I'm gonna have to talk to someone about that
Deadass.
violently. Nah, whatever. But nah, we'll get to that. But dude,
All right.
Whammy. Tell me about Whammy. Why'd you change your name? What'd you learn while producing as Whammy?
So basically, that was like a a building block to everything. So I kind of just had that as a starting account. It's kind of like when I look back at it now, it's like a landmark. So like essentially, you see my work from the start there, and like mixing's not too great. I'm just kind of the drums aren't very versatile. Like everything's just kind of you know very beginner level stuff. But I mean, it starts to move up to more versatility, and then towards the end, it kind of gets like it goes past the boundaries more and shit because I was trying different sounds and like experimenting with everything. And then I was like, you know what? I'm starting to get this mixing stuff down. I was enjoying making my own melodies, but sometimes I usually use samples because it makes the beat making process way faster, but you
Yeah.
can still make it your own project in a way.
Yes.
Um, but overall, like I do enjoy making my own melodies. It just takes way more time. If you're trying to work with an artist, you need to have those on you because they're not just going to sit there while you're typing in different chords and everything, just trying to find the right melody. I mean, it's just going to mess up the workflow. So, overall, the reason why I made the switch is because like I just wanted to have something that had all my best work and like my newest stuff rather than my old account, which has like a lot of iffy shit that I just didn't really want to showcase as much, you know?
Yeah, so like you're thinking fresh start, you fucking mastered your
Mm-hmm.
process of everything. You're like
Yeah.
unlucky is just like, and you know the lighter flick. You got that's your new producer tag.
Yeah.
Is this due to Lil Wayne nostalgia?
Honestly, Wayne was like one of my biggest growing up. I mean, I listened to him a lot. Like
Yes.
I had a lot of influences from that time, but like
Yeah.
what do you call it? The lighter flick, definitely some Wayne influence, but it's mainly my logo is
Yes.
a
That's
white
yeah. It's just
lighter.
the lighter and
Hmm.
see that on his
Yeah.
Instagram. Obviously, links below his Instagram. You know.
Hmm. And the meaning behind that is the white lighter means bad luck. Um, it's like a symbol of bad luck, and it's unlucky beat. So that was
Oh
kind of
shit.
my
Who
purpose
said that
behind
it's
that.
bad luck? What's the where'd that come from?
So like there's a lot of celebrities who they would be seen with them and they'd either die soon or something bad would happen. But
Oh
also there's
shit.
just it's just kind of like one of those myths,
Urban legend type
but
of
like
thing.
yeah, basically. So I was just kind of going with that. And I mean, I'm Irish and they're always talking about
Yeah.
luck and shit, but I just kind of want to go against that and just make my
Yeah.
own thing. And the lighter flick happens to go with that. Yeah.
Well, it seems like you were very thoughtful, like with
Mhm.
that. So
Yeah. I think a
good.
lot into my like designs and shit and just overall like every project I put a lot of thought into.
Yeah, and another producer, which is trying to put thought into his beat tape, is Mad Snake. How does it feel to be featured on the Circle of Serpents beat tape?
Feels good. I want to be part of projects and like work together with people.
Yeah, yeah, that new Mad Snake guy's got a lot of new talent coming
Hmm.
up, of course. So you got, I'm gonna be honest, I was just looking through your stories, like probably fucking year, no, probably during early summer or something like that. Looking through your stories and I seen all this little peep stuff, and I'm like, I'm back then I'm like, who's this little peep guy? Another one, I'm like, I don't know who little peep is, and then I
Yeah.
and then I check it out a little bit, and then me and you talk about like little peep and stuff, and
Hmm.
then I watched the documentary, like before listening to any of his music,
Yeah.
and I was like, shit. And I played
Hmm.
the first album I heard from him was Hellboy.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a fan of Peep, and what's your favorite
Oh
type of
yeah.
Peep music?
Oh no. Peep is one of my top artists because I mean the story he has to tell and everything, the documentary, like the shit you learn about fame and everything, drug use in the
Yeah,
game, all that, like
yeah,
that really says a lot and you can just hear it in his music, like the shit he was going through. And not only that, it was just this whole new mix of alternative punk scene on mixed with hip hop
I'd say he
that.
popularized it prior to a majority of who we look at popularized it.
Hmm.
Does
Yeah,
that make
yeah.
sense? Like he's not the
Mhm.
first one to do it. Like
Yeah,
you
no.
had like Lil Wayne with How to Love. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? As
Yeah,
much as
yeah.
people like to be like I'm a Carter 4 defender. I think that's the best Wayne project. But we can debate and argue and scream and spit each other about that later. You know what I mean? But you know yeah, dude. Shouts out to Peep and
Yeah,
his
no. I
legacy.
mean,
You know.
he definitely pioneered a lot of that because once he passed away, he was put on the scene more, and people started getting more into that alternative emo rap shit.
It's like when he died,
That
then X and Trippy were like the big sort of
definitely, and then Juice
example
kind
of
of moved
that.
into that too. Yeah,
Juice, and now we're at 24K Golden, E and Dior.
yeah, they're on that wave too now mostly.
Now, what I like about the way 24K Golden does it is it's like he fucking. You ever seen the movie 10 Things I Hate About You?
No, I
Well,
haven't.
you know the whole you know those like shitty Disney intros, like the music with
Hmm.
like the whole like the normal those generic like pop rock theme song.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what City of Angels is like a early 2000s type of like, you know what I mean? The corny
yeah,
ass
yeah.
I went to
Hmm.
school and
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're
like the way
talking
it
about.
sounds, and it's just like
Hmm.
it's cool. It's another take on it, and I feel like sort of Peep just was like here, and all the producers that he worked with, Nadarb. I love
Hmm.
Nadarb so much, yo. Like
Me
his
too.
fucking that California Girls is my favorite Peep project.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah, that's a good
because
project.
I went the deep dive. Like I'm not going to look on what's on Apple Music. You got to go like on the mixtape websites
Hmm.
because he was like homeless. Do you really think he had time to like get the
Hmm.
sample clearing and get it on Apple Music?
No, no,
No.
nothing was clear. They're clearing it more on the anniversaries, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
nothing was cleared at all. So you just got to go on SoundCloud. I literally went through this like whole SoundCloud to MP3 shit, put it into my Apple Music, and have like all his underground stuff. Not really underground, but like not as relevant into my Apple Music that
Yeah.
you can't find
Like
on
you
there.
can't find California World with Craig Zen on Apple Music, and that's my
Hmm.
favorite Peep
Hmm.
song is
Hmm.
California World. Um, and also, didn't Big Head do a lot of his production as well, or was
Hmm.
that somebody?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I just watched the Big Head No Jumper interview, and that was pretty fascinating. His interview, he was really on drugs, man. Like he was
Yeah,
doing
no, they were.
fentanyl. Like he said, I preferred fentanyl heroin over real heroin. It's just like,
They were
dude.
doing too much. They were just getting fed drugs nonstop and
Well,
feeding each
that's the
other
thing
drugs.
though. Is back in like the 2017 era. You know what I mean? They were getting probably more money from shows than streams.
Hmm.
That and
Yeah,
what goes on at the shows. You know,
yeah.
a sort of scary part of the documentary is when there's someone explaining that whenever people was at a party, people would
Hmm.
just give him drugs because he's the man
Yeah.
of the party. He's the
Hmm.
man with the largest, whoa, look at me, I'm fucking Lil Peep.
Exactly.
But he never
And
said
they.
that. That's the thing. He never wanted that. Like he was just what he
Hmm.
was though, which is damaging to surround yourself and be at times like you got to know when to not be like this. Is he was a yes man. He really just wanted. He was a people
Yeah,
pleaser.
he was. He
That's
didn't want to
really
let people down.
yes, exactly, yes, and that is damaging. And
Hmm.
obviously, you know, he left a big fucking legacy and he impacted a lot of people. But
Yeah.
that's that type of personality which can become damaging to
Hmm.
yourself and to others because then people will like not know how you. I don't know. We're getting too deep into fucking a dead guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Take that out of
No.
context. But which rappers do you plan on having on your beats, or
Um.
have already used them that you don't really know of, or do you plan on getting them involved? Or yeah.
Well, I've been looking into Adam the Shinobi. I would like to make some Memphis style stuff with him. I feel like that would be really
PHONK.
nice. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely was looking into him. I think he has a unique style. Like I want you something unique because it's harder to anyone to get on the scene if they're just kind of making you know, not as versatile stuff, but
Yeah.
that is what people like for the most part is the same shit.
Yeah, I've been trying to
But
make some funk too. I think
mhm.
what to learn while making that type of style is cowbells are very important.
Yes. Hmm.
Cowbells are like a piano.
Yeah, no,
That's what it really is. And what I sample is like clips of people screaming shit, like
yeah.
clipping this snow on the block, and it's weird, and you have to speed it up and make it so it's like a certain amount of ball, like lines or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta mess with the tempo, timing, everything.
And also, what my BPM that I was doing was 165 BPM. That's what really works well for me when I'm trying to do that.
Yeah, it's really fast paced beats with that type of style with
Yeah,
hard 808s and always that fucking same 808 cowbells just
yeah.
bopping in the back with like a crazy ass sample, but
That's what I
it
love
goes
about
hard.
funk is that like it's so cool of a genre that you can. What you sipping on?
Zero sugar A&W. It's fucking nasty.
Yeah, yeah. But healthy. So the thing about
Yeah.
funk is like I can listen to beat tapes of just funk music and it's still good. Like I don't need rapping when it comes to
Yeah.
funk. And when you rap the funk, it has to be so fast. It has to be like really carefully done. You
Oh
can't
yeah.
dick around with the funk beat. You have to
Mhm.
try.
Yeah.
And it's very regional. There's Detroit funk, there's Memphis funk, and like Jake
Mhm.
Ohm mixes Detroit and Memphis funk. He makes some really good beat tapes. I'll probably send them to you or
Sounds hard.
something like that.
Yeah, I'm
Um.
down with that.
Yeah.
But
So funk is pretty. It's been around for a while, but it's starting to. I would love to see it go mainstream. I would love to see
mhm.
fucking Offset do rap over a funk beat. I don't think he could, but
I that's the thing. Like funk beats really make you like speed up your flow and like you got to match it really well, and it takes a certain level of talent to do that.
yeah,
And like it would be cool to see more rappers reach out to that style and like challenge themselves with it.
Drake's probably gonna do it.
Yeah, he be doing every style, so I would not be surprised.
He did the
I could
drill
hear
thing
it.
now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fucking he had
He,
like some Arabic shit.
Habibto, please ana ki ina aha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what do you say? He
That
said,
shit.
"Rip Pop Gaza, but not got Gaza, but still is a like." I mean, I remember everything from Drake, obviously, and he rapped in French and Spanish and Arabic this year. I'm waiting for him to. But the thing is,
Jesus Christ.
the thing about that is, why doesn't he do Hebrew? Like,
That's what I'm saying,
if
you
out
know?
of all the things he chooses to rap over, is
That's
he should do Hebrew, like,
exactly.
and he's proudly, you know, Jewish, like the whole fucking hell yeah fucking right music video. That's probably one of the best music videos.
Hmm.
He had like a rebar mitzvah or whatever the fuck. Like, dude, that's
Yeah, no.
beautiful. But
He should get into the Hebrew scene, definitely.
yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of Israeli rappers or something. Yeah,
No doubt.
Gal Gadot's album was great. I'm joking. That's not a real thing. Anyways, what's the most difficult type beat to make?
Mm, honestly, I don't find that many of them difficult, but like it's kind of when you start expanding into different genres like house or like electronic shit because some people like beats that are like bleeding into different genres really heavily to where it's like
Like that 100
you're not
gex
even
type beat.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, like when you're making 100 gex shit like chip tune anything like it's just I like to make it really versatile. I consider myself I can make a lot of them, a lot of different type of drums and everything, but like some of them can be really difficult and require like a lot of shit. And I've made like electronic shit too. And I've actually been trying to do that to like learn more about beat making in general because that's like
yes.
the
Fucking birth.
hardest shit to make because if you just challenge yourself with different genres, it's going to be easier to do more simplistic shit.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude. I respect that. While I fucking hate 100 gex, I respect that you made that. You know what I mean? Tried to do
Yeah,
a
no,
100 gex type beat. Like I
that's a
genuinely huge disdain for their fan base and their music, but
Yeah, no, their fan base and everything about them is kind of disgusting. But
they're
like,
like the
if
Big
you,
Chungus type people, like that say Big Chungus all the time, or they say the word wholesome and they wear Thrasher. I'm not against people that
pretty
wear
much,
Thrasher. Like, a lot of
but
people I respect wear Thrasher, but some people like wear it in. I don't fucking know what I'm getting at, but there's a
in
certain
a,
type of people like those Fantano heads.
hmm
I
yeah,
respect Fantano as a critic, but if you're gonna wait till his review to come out to form your opinion on the album, go fuck
that's what
yourself.
they always do. They'll if he gave Gex a 10 out of 10, they would ride Gex till the end of time.
Yeah.
Always, it's crazy.
That's why, like, when I review an album, I try and not give it a number out of 10. I say, like,
Hmm
how many songs out of the album would I add to a playlist?
Yeah,
And even
I mean, I
then,
feel
yeah.
that.
And then I say, how long will that song last on the playlist? That's much better
Mhm.
than doing out of 10. It's like asking someone, like, their favorite movie. Like, it's a really unoriginal question and way of phrasing words, and
Mhm.
that shit pissed me off. Anyways, what's your
It's kind of
relationship
vague.
with Young Flannel, Metro Joolan, and SOGI and the Alcoholics Anonymous crew? I want to talk about, after you tell me how you kind of know them, I want to talk about how we started Lunk Up and how I got to know
Mhm.
you. Tell me about how you got with them.
Yeah, so basically, me and Justin have been, well, Young Flannel have been boys since like second grade.
Were you
So
girls before second grade?
yeah, no, we got that switch, and we
Yeah.
just been we just been hanging out since then. And I guess his brother basically had his computer down in the basement, and he was starting to make beats and shit. And this was over a good course of time, but we never really got into it. But then Justin kind of started getting into it, and I was like into it. So we made like songs together occasionally. We just joke around, make some rap songs that are
Yeah, I
stupid
heard
as
them. They're
hell.
funny.
Yeah, like usually they're just completely satirical and not to be taken seriously. But like, yeah, they had that whole studio going down there, AA and everything, Brady and them, and I never really got that
Brady is
involved
Metro
with it.
Joolan, and Young Flannel's brother is SOGI, Sark Every Jefferson the third. By the way.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, no, but he definitely branched out into a lot of different styles. If you listen to his newer shit, which I'm into that type of stuff.
Dude,
But
did you
like,
yeah the latest SOGI tape had that one thing. It was like Dancing at the End of the World. It was like this real jazzy fucking.
yeah,
I loved it. Like I was listening to it in the sauna in October. Like I was in a sauna, sweating my balls off, and I was like,
want some DMT?
yes, with Elk, with Joe
Word,
Rogan and
word.
Jamie.
Having that breakthrough. I
Yes, of course.
I yeah, no, the thing is, like, I wanna make more things like that, but when you're making a profile where it's more so designed to showcase beats to sell, it's hard to post shit like that because not many people are gonna want to rap over those.
Yes.
They're gonna want to rap over what's like more relevant, I guess. But that, like, the stuff he's making, like, it could easily be relevant, just people don't expand their taste as much.
So, for instance, I interviewed a producer that goes by the name of Mormon. What I noticed about it, the way he sort of markets his beats is like, for instance, fucking Savage Mode 2 came out. So, what type beat did he drop? He dropped a Metro Boomin type beat.
Yeah, yeah.
King Von dies. He drops a King Von type beat.
Yeah, that's exactly what you gotta
Or
do. Hmm
like 504 and drops a like just the XXL freshman.
hmm
504 and drill type beat.
Yeah, yeah. No.
Like that's, shout out to Mormon, by the way. Yeah, so that's just type of shit that I respect.
And I mean, you could drop a ski mask type beat year round, and it will usually get like good views because people like that Kenny Beats production style and shit.
His fan base is really good. I respect, out of all the
Yeah.
fan bases, I do respect that fan base
hmm
because this, not the speed, but the delivery,
hmm
the tone of voice is so unique. It's like, and the way he matches it with the fucking beats and the way it sounds fucking like the beats he makes are disgusting.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that are made
basically.
for him. They're disgusting.
That's why I called it urinal, because
Yes.
it's just, you know,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I saw
it's
that. I was
nasty.
just like scrolling through your SoundCloud and shit, and I was like, yeah. And the
It just
covers,
it
dude.
mixes.
Shouts out to you for making the covers
Yeah.
of your the cover art. So if you also want cover art, you're not looking for
hmm
beats, hit up
I
Mr.
make those
Unlucky
too.
here.
hmm
Yeah. So I got a question about lacrosse. Will you be playing this in the spring if shit's normal again?
Yeah, I mean, if shit's normal, I'm down. I've gotten invest over quarantine. I've gotten invested with a lot of shit, and like a lot of it has been consuming that time that would normally be for lacrosse in school. So it's like I do not know if I will be, because especially with Corona and shit, I don't really feel like fucking with it because they're probably gonna have a shorter season and like a bunch of dumb shit overall. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I agree with any protocol taken because I mean
Facts.
it's whatever.
Space, the safety and shit. Dude,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
because
fucking
some
sigh. I'm gonna sigh when in 60 years some motherfucking some little annoying ass nephew is gonna be like, "What was 2020 like?" I'm gonna be like, in my head, I'm gonna be like, "Fuck you, kid."
yeah,
Yeah.
no, fuck 2020. I mean, it's been a good year for me because I've taken a lot of this time to develop myself.
Oh,
But
it's been the best year of my life. I'm gonna be honest. But the
same
worst year for probably
for
some family that has been completely wiped out by an
yeah, exactly.
invisible, unseeable death. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But for me, it's really just gotten me to stay in my room and think, fuck everything I was doing last year. I'm on to
Word.
what's that one line from Mr. Drizzy Drake? My ex asked me where I'm moving. I said only better things. Yeah, 10 bands, 50 bands. Just that mentality.
Word.
I'm not talking
Yeah.
about that situation. Yes, I've had those situations, but like the whole on to better things. It's just. Have you feel like you just been in your fucking room, just being like, I'm gonna grind this beat out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
time.
Like my mentality has just been I have so much time, so like why not just better myself in my work? Like I've been working out, doing all this shit,
Invest in
dieting.
yourself.
Yeah, just like trying to improve myself, love myself more because like if anything, like a lot of bad shit's coming out of this year, so why not just try to make it good for yourself as much as you can? Because you got a lot of time on your hands, you know.
Of course. So
And
yeah,
uh, overall, I've just been trapped in my room producing and shit. But I mean, I get out a lot. But if I'm in my room, even if I'm in a Zoom call, I'll be making beats. Like, it's just,
yeah, yeah. That's how I
it's
am with
just the
like
grind.
YouTube videos and shit. Cause like I'll be like writing a script or some bullshit. I'll be like checking emails. Dude, I feel
hmm
old because I like say that I'm checking emails. Like you ever like ask like a family member like what are you doing like while they're on their computer and they're like I'm checking emails. Like
Yeah,
I'll feel
yeah.
so professional when I say
My
the words
AOL,
checking emails or some bullshit.
hmm
But nah, so
my inquiries,
dude, remember last fall before before this,
all the
but
fucked up shit.
just like I remember I would go to football games randomly. Like I don't know anybody in the football games and shit. And then this is
hmm
how we met. How I met your mother. You know what I mean? This is that corny story I have to
Yeah.
tell because it's a fucking podcast. So
hmm
I'm I'm just trying to socialize. It's sophomore year and shit. I'm just going to random football games that I probably don't know anybody, and I run into probably Ryder or Aiden Harper. They were sitting
hmm
with you, and
Yeah.
me and you start talking about like Lil Wayne or some bullshit.
hmm
And I think I get your contact info because I just really like what you were talking about with fucking Lil Wayne and shit. And it was like the Middletown football games. Like I've missed that shit. That fucking football
Yeah,
games, dude.
but then you look back and it just seems unnatural. Like I'll be seeing people without masks on and like watching movies and shit. I'm like, what is happening? Like I'm so accustomed to this fucking no fun shit.
But I feel like at the same time, people don't want to go back to normal. Some people are
Yeah.
just kind of like, this is how it's gonna be for the next 3 years. Like fuck you. I'm getting a vaccine like up my fucking
Yeah, word.
urethra. I do not
hmm
care.
I will take whatever the fuck. I will be first in line. I don't care if it makes me grow another leg. I just want
Yeah,
to fucking see people.
yeah. Just like yeah. You know, just
Mhm.
we miss a lot of things. You know, for the future. Right now, we miss a lot of things. Maybe in the future we have them. But dude,
Yeah.
so let's talk about Lil Wayne though. We said he was sort of a mini inspiration as compared to sort of urban legend inspiration for the whole unlucky, the later aspect of your brand. So
Yeah.
top three Wheezy F Baby projects.
Shit. Let me pull up my. I think I actually wrote about this like in my notes.
You wrote about it.
Yeah, because usually I like to make lists like what do you call it of my top shit for like most artists.
Just if somebody asks
But
you.
yeah, yeah. So like my top's the Carter Four. I wouldn't even argue with you with that
Thank you,
because
bro. Thank
that's
you.
that's like one of the bigger things that got me into Wayne. And I mean, I used to be like I wasn't one of those cringy people and those weird white kids, but I did listen to Eminem from time to time when I was like way younger. That was
I
like the
don't like
first
Eminem and I
rapper.
can't stand him, bro. I'm just gonna throw that
Yeah,
out there. I like Jack
yeah, no,
Harlow
I
better than
don't.
Eminem. Sorry.
I don't even like Eminem no more either because he just completely fell off for me and he just got corny as I got older. But it'd probably be Carter 4 and Carter 3. And then, like, the third spot's kind of hard,
Yeah.
but, like, it kind of just comes down to how these projects, like, resonated with me the most because I, like, it's either I'm not a human being too.
Little rich as fuck. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
My
Or
bitches love me.
per, Rebirth is not that. Rebirth was just like one of those early albums I really got into for some reason, and I fucked with Rebirth too. So
Yeah.
those are probably my competitors for the third spot.
I'm gonna have to go with Carter 4, I'm Not a Human Being 2, and Carter 3. Mainly because like I remember like the iPod days. Like
Yeah,
not even the
exactly.
touch not even the touch screen iPod. Like the iPods
Hmm.
where there is like not even like the screen was like the size of
Yeah, I
my
had one.
thumb. You
Hmm.
know. So
Because
yeah.
yeah, my mom had this iPod with all this rap, like Lil Wayne, all this old school shit, and I
2007.
would just, yeah, I would just shuffle the fuck out of all of it, and Lil Wayne, all that would just pop on, and that's what mainly got me into rap and everything.
Yeah, and I used to like burn stuff onto CDs like when I was 5 years old or something.
Where,
Like, and I was big on CDs until like I got an iPod. But like I was in the Walmart and I saw the So Far Gone EP by Drizzy
hmm
Drake, and I bought it. It was the dirty version. Parents took it away from me. You know what I mean? But whenever I'd want to watch like a Lil Wayne music video or hear his music, what I do is I go in the basement and I'd go to on demand on cable, and there's a section on demand where you can find music videos. So
yeah,
I'd
yeah,
continuously replay like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
the LMFAO music videos or the you know what I mean, like Party
Yeah,
Rocking in the House tonight, or the Young Money. Young Money is like one of my favorite music groups ever. Is I
hmm
can make your bed rock, girl. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
dude,
I
dude.
I would just we used to have CDs, and I would just pop them in my Xbox 360
Oh,
and just listen to shit. That was, and I was never allowed to listen to like explicit for a good amount of time, but I would sneak it
dude,
in,
do you remember
get in
the song
trouble.
"Remember the Name" by Fort Minor? Dun 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 dun.
I'd probably have to hear it,
Dude,
but I wouldn't
I
be
don't give a
surprised if
fuck
I
if I'm
heard
getting a
it.
copyright strike, dude. This is iconic. Hold on,
Yeah, yeah.
dude.
I think I used to have that on my
Dude, that gives me
fucking
chills when
iTunes.
I hear that. Like,
Mm-hmm. That
it's
melody.
or when I hear like blunt blowing or some shit. But
Mhm.
Carter 4 like is really good in terms of like organization with its different styles. Like I'm gonna run through certain songs that really don't sound the same, but are sort of a beautiful. Like blunt blowing sounds like a sad sort of a. It's pretty sad. I'm gonna keep it a
Mhm.
stack. And then you got like 6 foot, 7 foot, which is like a hyper. You play that when you're playing basketball,
Yeah, yeah.
or killing zombies or something in the video game. And then you got
Well,
like She Will, which sounds like a song off of Take Care by Drake. And I feel like that's
mhm,
why a lot of those songs are on the album are really good, is because Drake brought in his Toronto producer crew. He
mhm.
brought in T minus, he brought in 40, he brought in Boy Wonder, which are
Yeah,
like the three like outstanding ass producers. But he also has those sort of classic alien sounding style, which you can kind of
sure.
hear in Eternal Take. Is it sounds like you're
Mhm.
listening to like John, the Rick Ross
Yeah.
song, like the weird ass
Mhm.
fucking synths. They're like I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, I like those, but
Yeah.
the thing with Lil Wayne is like what mainly got into like I liked how I could go from like some sad melodic shit that had me thinking about somebody to like just a hype song or like
Yes.
anything. Like that's what I like in music. It's just you can have any mood.
But the thing
Like
is though, like you don't have Young Thug or Future or Uzi without like Wayne.
yeah, no, they're
Without
pioneers of like so
Wayne,
much.
he's probably out of all of I'd say like the three most influential out of the class when that was big when we were like little 5 year olds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is Kanye, Drake, and Lil Wayne. That's it. That's the
Hmm.
top three upper echelon of that time period. I'd
Yeah,
have
yeah.
like while Kendrick is great, he doesn't influence the scene. He
Hmm.
just drops like excellent projects. Like if you were to give a beat to Drake or and Kendrick, Drake's gonna body that beat over Kendrick. But if you were to give 15 beats to Drake and 15 beats to Kendrick, Kendrick would create the better project.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing with Kenny is like he always has those really deep cutting, like overall just well-rounded projects that just
Yeah.
always tie in together, always have like a good message and like I don't
Message,
know.
message. Speaking of message, like the way he views society is so out of the box. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
swimming pools is not about having fun while getting drunk.
That was like my favorite song when I was younger. I was
But
always
like
on
swimming
Kendrick.
pools is about what it's like to be an alcoholic. And
Yeah.
it's like an anti drinking song, but or you know, like fucking all right or some shit. They play that shit at Black Lives Matter protests or something.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
or
'Cause T-Pav's like super powerful. Like that's a all around like huge message from a project. Like it's
yes.
just really good.
So Triple X off of Damn. The beat switch
Hmm.
is fantastic. You heard that song?
Yeah, I damn. At first, I didn't like it that much, but then it grew on me like all around.
I got a weird favorite Kendrick top three. I got Good Kid, Mad City, Damn, and Untitled Unmastered. That's a weird ass. Yeah.
Mine's probably Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and then damn,
I
probably
feel like Section 80. I gotta check that out. I've only heard the ADHD
Section 80 is
songs.
good.
I've only heard
ADHD is one of my favorites.
that's probably my top three favorite uh Kendrick songs. Nah, not top three, top 10. But
Hmm.
yeah. So, do you crave that studio session with a rapper who uses your beat, or have you already had it?
I mostly crave it because I'm like just now reaching out to artists more, that I'm more confident in what I can do and my ability. So it's like all in all, I'm just trying to get into a studio with someone, or maybe not even do that. Maybe they send me acapellas and I work on something, or like what do you call it? I send them a beat and they record something over it. Like even that collaboration could work. Like
Yes.
I'm down with literally anything as long as I can work with somebody and let it be heard and shit. Have a creative direction.
This brings me to our next question. One rapper flies you out to the city that they live in to have you be the executive producer of their album. Which rapper would this be? Would you like for this to be?
Ooh. Hmm. I think it comes down to like flattering. I feel like if it was someone who had like more crazy versatile production, like let's say Ski or some shit, or maybe Denzel Curry, I feel like that would be like crazy. But if it was someone like, if I had to pick anyone, hmm, it'd probably be Future, honestly, to work with. I think that would be
Wow.
tough.
That I didn't expect you to say that. Shit.
Hmm.
Cause like, wow. Cause I feel like the thing about Future is what we see is that he's probably really fucking good to collaborate with because he does these projects. He's probably a good
Hmm.
people person or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's probably really good at like helping somebody out with their vision. And I feel like he's good with solo stuff, but come on now, what's his better stuff is mostly his collaboration tapes and
yeah.
projects and all that.
Hmm.
But I feel like he's really really good with his mood setting. You know,
Hmm. Definitely.
like
Because
Cody
like
and
if
Crazy is probably one of the saddest songs I've ever heard in my entire life.
yeah, and like if he can bring that out of other artists and shit and just get them that into it, just making like hit after hit, then like he has something going on that like not many artists can do. So it's definitely good. He can probably build chemistry with a lot of producers and artists just to make some hits.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So, do you have a hope that one day the Delaware music scene will become mainstream?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have a hope. Like, it's definitely it's hard to put us on the map. The first state we're fucking small as shit, and there's not really a specific set sound. Like, let's say Atlanta or Memphis, anywhere. Like, you pick any place that has a big
We
influence
gotta
of
make a
music.
sound.
Like, Delaware does not have a sound, so I think if we establish more of a sound here,
Yeah,
that would definitely be big. But I mean, I think we go mainstream. It just depends on who has the creativity and like just overall effort and drive to make that happen. But yeah.
yes. Like we need a sound. We need a fucking. We gotta get there.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll happen soon within the 5 years. We'll
Mm-hmm.
make it happen. Trust me.
Feel that.
It
Word.
is inevitable. Anyways, which Delaware artists do you have on your playlist or listen to consistently?
Mm, honestly, Stoner is probably like I'm pretty hyped to be working with him because he's one that I can definitely like listen to.
You
Um,
tolerate them because not a lot of local guys are tolerable. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's the thing. Some local guys like the mixing's off, or like it's not even them as an artist. It's like more so the mixing. Sometimes the flows can kind of be off,
Yeah,
which is understandable. Like we don't have that many studios. We don't have like all this different shit that they have access to. So it's like it's hard to make a good sounding project. But I definitely like his shit.
yeah. It's like when I try and find a local artist, I've been starting to ask them like where they record, and I noticed that the ones that record out like in real studios and go to
Mhm.
studios are the good stuff, or the ones that sort of have a group of people around them, or the ones that like are really respectful of the beat makers, like,
Yeah.
or they're really good with like fucking they're professional with how they release stuff like that. They build a lot of hype. Like
Mhm.
it's just like being an entrepreneur and stuff like that. You gotta find when someone has that sort of entrepreneur mentality that they're not just doing this just for fun. They want
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be seen by so many people. You know.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. That's what you gotta look for because that's who's gonna at the end of the day be the most successful. Because
Yes.
if you don't want to be seen, then you're not gonna be seen. It's a business.
Yeah, for sure. It's really like you got to be able to not be afraid to put yourself out. You can't be afraid to send that DM that might appear desperate as fuck, but you
Mhm.
still have to send that DM. You full send into everything.
Mhm.
I love that saying. The hype beast may have taken over that, but
Yeah.
I really like that saying and shit like that.
I feel that
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure. So
'Cause-
like speaking of Stoner X, I gotta say like I like his cool like YNW Melly type shit. You know what I mean? Glock 9, but he adds
Yeah.
his own flair to it, and
Mhm.
any beat he touches, he does something fucking great with it. You know.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for. You
So
know.
like, are you like, when the album releases, will it be ZtonerX and Unlucky True Religion? Is that what it's gonna be released as?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Mhm. Mhm.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's actually cool. Like, it's
Yeah.
gonna be like
No.
Madlib and Freddie Gibbs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Like
Or yeah.
I was working on a beat for that today. Like just kind of mapping it out, see what he like. Trying to like make an intro because most intros kind of come in fast, like hard pace, like set a tone. And I was trying to like set a tone with the beat, kind of like get a nice intro vibe.
Yeah, so like when
And
I was working with Jace on his album, because I'm his manager, and I was like, so he sends me. What's cool about working with Jace is like, I'd just be hanging out with him, like, playing basketball with him or something like that, or like just
mhm.
chilling with him, and he'll be like, Mike, listen, and he acapellas the entire verse for me. I'm like, that's the one, that's the
Yeah.
song, that's
Hmm.
keep that, record that. So then
Word.
when he gives me the song, and I get him to do a song with this guy named Lee, who's from Texas. He only has 3 songs out, but he's better than anybody on XSL Freshman. That's a fucking hot take, but I'm gonna
Word.
say that. And like, if you like Chris Brown and stuff like that, but you also like, you know, sort of trippy type shit, it's
Yeah.
the one for
Yeah.
you. But anyways,
Word.
and I was like, dude, that's the intro. That's the intro.
Hmm.
Don't. That's like, you gotta. With this, I'm just hyped to fucking hear this project. I feel like with you though is like, you're so good at experimenting with different styles, but I feel like, and tell me if this is bullshit, but you might be like more relaxed, that you're sticking with one style, one person, you're rocking with one
Hmm.
person, and you're ready to sort of craft something consistent. Is
Yeah.
that what's
Yeah.
going on?
Like as a all around project to piece together, it's like it's a lot easier to be focused on one person than multiple and just pulling like the best you can out of it. And yeah, that's the hopes.
So it's not. So it's
Hmm.
different than just making some random type beat that you don't know who's gonna be watching. Like, you
That that's
know.
that's the thing. Yeah, like I like when I'm making something that's for someone, I'm putting in way more time and like creativity juices are just flowing because I'm trying to make what they can work with in the best project. When I'm making a type beat, it's what people want the most right now, what's hot, how they will go about it, see if they want to purchase it or work with me, and then we'll go from there. Like usually
Yes.
the type beats are kind of just like a showcase of what I can do. So if they want to work with me, then I can make those beats for them for any type of project or whatever. Yeah.
It, yeah. Like, I'm just fucking excited. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of everybody I talk to.
Word, word.
I like to talk to someone that I'm a fan of.
Yeah, I
And
feel
I've been
that.
following this shit for a while, and I see some real growth with this.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like we cut. Oh, that was a voice crack, dude. Oh my goodness,
Cut it.
that was that was ass. All right. I feel like we covered a lot. We at the 50-minute mark. Um,
Word. Shit.
yeah,
Flew
you
by.
you stuck with me for a while. When I'd say, when a guest goes over 30 minutes, it's like, wow. Not everybody's
Good.
able to talk for that long and shit.
Yeah, yeah. I needed some bev with me. Some fucking barbecue water.
Barbecue.
Mm.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's what it tastes like. Some ad.
Yeah. So I feel like we covered a lot about the local dollar music scene, as well as, if you're a producer or just a young professional entrepreneur looking. I feel like what we can get out of chatting with Unlucky here is that the best part is collaboration,
Mm-hmm.
because you learn
Definitely.
something and you're able to. It really, when someone expects you to do something, you're like, you're not just talking to a wall, in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
sense.
You don't know who's watching that type beat, but when you have a specific individual and a sound to build on, that's when the most productivity comes overall. Yeah.
Outstanding. Stick around after I'm done recording. We got chat, because
All right, bet.
about some things. Anyways, The information to check out Unlucky Beats will be down below in the description. If you're listening on audio platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Breaker or Google Podcasts, leave a rating. Rating should only be 5 or above, or
Maximum.
the minimum is 5, and the maximum is 5. That's for the people that rate it. And the dislike button on YouTube doesn't exist. By the way, doesn't exist. I actually talked to YouTube themselves and they removed it for me. So yeah, if you see it there, you're on a hallucinatory drug.
Yeah, no, you will get cursed if you touch it.
Yes, of course. Lil Tracy will be at your door.
He will.
Yeah, that's all we got. Stick around after. Goodbye.
All right, bet. Deuces.